Platform for athlete, 606, 77.9 pounds.
Easy pull, man. Show them. Rip it up.
Platform ready!
Up, not finish strong, baby. Let's go. Easy fucking weight. Come on, big dog. Come on. Pull it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Yeah.
Hi everyone, thank you for watching the video. As you can see, this is my meet footage from the USPA drug tested Washington DC District Championships that happened back on May 22nd of 2021. A meet that I decided to do a few weeks prior to the USPA drug tested nationals that will be happening on the week of July 12th to the 16th. And I wanted to use this meet as an opportunity to give myself a tune-up and get acclimated back on the platform to get ready to go for what I feel I'm going to be projecting to hit for a true max at nationals. And with this meet, it was really good as far as not setting any expectations. I wanted to walk away with a small PR. My best for this year up until this point was 7:33 in competition. That had happened back in January. I wanted to just hit a 6-pound PR in this competition, so I wanted to walk away with 7:39, bump up the American record a little bit, as well as set myself up to kind of gauge on what I think I should be attempting when it comes to nationals. And I think the biggest thing to take away from this particular competition is I just didn't set any expectations. I really didn't put any added pressure on myself that I already do when it comes to my training and mental preparation, which I think was definitely a big benefit when it came to stepping on the platform. And, you know, I decided to open up with 606. My second attempt of 677 would have actually been my normal regular opening attempt. The reason why I decided to take a very significantly small opener is because the warm-up room only had deadlift bars and pound plates. And for me, with my training, I'm so used to calibrated plates that I didn't want to warm up significantly heavy with the pound plates, switch over to calibrated plates, and put myself in a potential position where I can shock my body, where I wasn't going to be able to perform at the best of my capabilities. So I pretty much took really light warm-ups in the warm-up room and decided to use my opening attempt as my last warm-up, just so I get my body acclimated to the competition conditions with the equipment as well, and kind of go from there with my second and third. So obviously my 606 went really well. Decided to take 677 as my second attempt. That moved really well as well. And I was so locked in when I went to the judges table after my second attempt. I was so excited to attempt the 739 because I felt really good mentally and physically going into my third attempt, that I actually told them 339 kilograms instead of 739 pounds. And I remember when I was getting ready to, I was getting my stuff ready to go and waiting for my attempt while they were loading the bar, I heard somebody mention in the background, oh, why didn't he just go for 750? And I was looking at the bar while they were loading it, and it looked like, obviously, it looked like they were loading more weight than what I thought I asked for. But I told myself it didn't matter. I was just going to go for it, and I would contest if it was an error that it was more weight on the bar. So I was so locked in mentally and physically, and I think I can't ask for a better performance from this particular competition, which wound up being 747. So I was able to walk away with a 13-pound PR, moving up the American drug tested national record, and also actually taking back the untested national record as well in the deadlift, only in the 181 division. That's something I actually haven't had since 2015, so it's really nice to be able to have those both again. And it's really set me up very beautifully for nationals as far as what I believe my gauge is going to be as far as my projected attempts, as well as what my projected max is going to be. And training has been going really well. Right before this competition, I decided to do a last heavy block pull session where I actually was able to hit 300 kilograms for 5 reps. So I hit 661 for 5. Again, another real big confidence booster mentally going into this competition where I definitely felt like 739 was in me. Everything was going really well. Like I said, mentally, I didn't set any expectations. Training was been going well, being consistent. The one thing that was definitely another big change when it came to my training is I had quite a few instances where I've actually pulled over 700 pounds in training. And the last video I showed you guys was where I pulled my first time I ever pulled 700 pounds beltless. That was one of those training sessions. Another training session that preceded that was I pulled 700 for a double off blocks, which moved pretty decently as well to my expectations. And then the last time I actually pulled over 7 in training, I actually hit 722 with no belt off the blocks as well. And that was about, I would say, 2.5 weeks prior to this particular competition. So I think getting my body used to that intensity on a more frequent scale, compared to what my volume and intensity normally looks like in training, I think that was definitely a big help as far as for my CNS to get myself acclimated to these kind of weights in competition, so my body doesn't get shocked as well. So a lot of good things to take away from this particular competition when it comes to good feedback, and it's definitely a momentum shifter compared to what I did back in March at the WRPF meet. And I definitely feel a lot better bouncing back from that competition. And another thing that comes to my mind is when it comes to my performances, there were some things that I did a little differently on meet day at the WRPF meet. And I believe that also led to not executing to my standards. But I kept consistent with that in this particular meet as well. But again, I correlate that to just not putting any extra pressure or expectations on myself. And I'm definitely going to be using that as the main motivation going into nationals as well. And I'm very pleased with this performance. And I believe this is a performance I gave. I brought 110% as far as mental and physical preparation, and I plan to do that again in about 6 weeks at nationals out in California. And I'm really excited for that particular competition. And I'm not sure exactly what my numbers are going to be as far as my openers, as well as what my goal weight is going to be. But I can assure you that based on my training and what my numbers are looking at right now, as far as what I'm going to be hitting these next few weeks, I can definitely say that my opener is going to be significantly higher than what my first or second attempt were actually in this competition, just due to the fact that they're actually going to have calibrated plates and deadlift bars in the warm-up room at nationals. So it'll make it a little bit more easier to get acclimated warming up with my CNS and getting right onto the platform. So I'm definitely looking forward to this particular competition. Nutrition has been on point, and everything has just been clicking right now, mentally and physically. And I think I can't ask for more. I think the most important thing right now is to stay motivated, to stay consistent with what I've been doing currently. And yeah, this has definitely been a big year for me as far as accomplishments in powerlifting and competing as well. And I definitely want to see that through the rest of 2021 and see what 2022 brings. Yeah, I'm very excited. I feel very pleased and very blessed with where I'm at right now. But this performance as well, it actually moved me up to 3rd all-time as far as in the deadlift in drug tested in the 181 division. So again, I'm very pleased with this performance, but we definitely have a lot of work to do, especially if we want to keep climbing the ranks. And obviously the end goal for me is I want to be one of the best to do this. And I definitely got to, keep my head down, keep an open mind, stay humble, and stay motivated, and keep working so I can pursue that dream to make it a possibility. And I feel like right now, with everything that's been going on, especially with the feedback from my training, the feedback that I've gotten from this competition, I believe that if I stay consistent, I keep doing what I have to do, we can make that dream become more and more possible closer than we actually anticipate. So I'm very thankful. I really do appreciate the support that I have been getting from people online and social media. It's been a very, very positive thing. And, I think that's the most important thing when it comes to social media is we should be taking the positive from it when it comes to networking and, supporting each other when it comes to the sport. And I really do appreciate it. Ken Stewart, who is a gentleman that actually owns Tyson's Playground out in Washington, D.C., was actually the meet director for this event. Got to give him a big props for that. These guys did an excellent job when it came to spotting and loading, as well as just getting a quick turnaround on this meet. Given the implications of obviously things transpiring after COVID and with mandates and everything lifting, so these guys definitely were professionals when it came to adjusting to what the situation was, so that way the competitors can definitely compete to their standards, as well as maximizing their performance. So I definitely want to give them a shout out there. And overall, just definitely a momentum shifter going into nationals, and I'm definitely excited for what I'm going to be shooting for. I'm very excited for what I have planned as far as my numbers in training going into this competition. I have 2 big block pull sessions left before nationals, and these particular workouts will be the deciding factor for what I'm going to be shooting for at nationals, as well as my opener. And I'm definitely excited to see what I can bring on that day. I'm definitely more motivated than ever, given the implications of this competition for me. I definitely feel like we have a possibility of possibly, if things are in my favor and things go well, maybe I have a possible chance of actually going for that all-time world record if it's there. But at the end of the day, I just want to make sure that I bring 100%, 10% physically and mentally, and adjust on meet day, whatever I need to do to make sure I execute to make that happen. So that's my priority right now, and wherever the chips may fall, they may fall, and we will see what happens. So stay tuned for more videos. Again, I really appreciate the support that I've been getting from everybody, and if you have any questions, you would like any tips and advice, I do have my email attached to this video in the description, or if you have any questions you would like to ask, feel free to comment below, and I'll be more than happy to answer. Thank you guys for watching the video, and take care.